There's a moment after awakening. No one writes the postcards about. Not the bliss, not the cosmic poetry, not the light pouring through your chest. The other part, the quiet collapse, because the day you really see. The old engine of your life stores, the ambitions that once drove you, the hunger, the competition, the frantic chase for validation, suddenly look like cardboard cutouts in a theater you didn't realize you were acting in. The ego ran the show for years. Fear was the fuel, desire was the steering wheel, and when the illusion cracks, the machine doesn't roar into enlightenment. It goes silent. You wake up one morning, and the world feels grey. Not depressing exactly, just drained of meaning. Things that once mattered don't land the same. Success, status, winning arguments, collecting approval like trophies. They feel like children's toys left on the floor of a room you've outgrown. And people notice, they ask why you seem distant, but how do you explain that the map everyone else is using no longer makes sense to you? Jung called this moment meeting the shadow, the parts of you buried under politeness, achievement, persona stitched together to survive the world. When awakening happens, those shadows don't politely wave from afar. They flood the room. Old grief, old anger, memories you packed into sealed boxes years ago. It's less like enlightenment and more like a psychological storm tearing through the house. And suddenly you're standing there holding pieces of yourself you didn't know existed. Meanwhile, the world keeps spinning as if nothing happened. Bills still arrive, conversations still revolve around the weather. People still argue about nonsense, and you're stuck in a strange middle ground. You see the illusion, but you still have to live inside it. It feels like being a 3-year-old consciousness in an adult body trying to remember how society works. That's the part people call the dark night of the soul. Not punishment, not failure, just a psyche rearranging itself because the ego hates losing control. It whispers, go back, forget what you saw, pretend it was nothing. But you can't unsee truth. Once the curtain moves even a little, you know the stage is there. And for a while, that knowledge can feel like a curse. Relationships shift, conversations feel thinner. You start noticing how much of the world runs on unconscious patterns. Projection, fear, people acting out stories they don't realize they're inside. Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Awakening is the moment that machinery becomes visible. But seeing the gears doesn't instantly build a new system. It takes time. Slowly the grey world begins to breathe again, not through old ambition, through presence. The taste of coffee in the morning, the rhythm of your footsteps at night, the wind moving through trees like the planet whispering something ancient. You realize meaning was never in the chase, it was in the moment itself. And the shadow you feared turns out to be raw material, not your enemy, your teacher. The ego doesn't vanish, it becomes a tool instead of a tyrant, and the world returns, not as an illusion to escape, but as a strange, beautiful stage where consciousness gets to experience itself. So if you ever find yourself wandering through that grey landscape thinking you've lost your way, you probably haven't. You're just standing in the space between the life you were conditioned to live and the one your deeper self is learning to build.